Production support for the weekly special is provided by Smithville, a local provider of fiber optic-based internet, TV, and phone services. Smithville's quantum fiber optic network allows large amounts of data to travel around the world from local homes and businesses. More at smithville.net. IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. publichealth.indiana.edu. And WTIU members, thank you.
We're a month away from spring, but winter just isn't giving up yet.
No, but there are still wonderful places to explore all across Indiana, despite the cold temperatures. We'll bundle up at Richmond's Meltdown Festival for a unique competition, hike through the winter wilderness to learn about the hunts of yesteryear, travel to one of the most extensive communal experiments in North America, and welcome Nashville recording artist Doug Pinson to the studio. You don't want to miss it.
So stay tuned for a brand new weekly special.
Welcome to the weekly special. I'm Erica Sagone.
And I'm Daryl Neer. Now, Erica, it's 30 days till spring. Do you think we can make it?
I don't know, but it feels really good just to thaw out a little bit.
Well, our next subject certainly put the icy temperatures to good use, and it's a competition you have to see to believe.
We have been counting down the days and counting down the minutes, and you're going to see something like you have never seen before right here. This is Ice Fights. Are you ready?
This group of ice carvers has been doing festivals for the past 15-20 years, and we thought that a regular festival needed a little bit more pizzazz, so hence the Ice Fights.
Let's introduce your first contender tonight, the Dragon! Give it up for the reigning Ice Fight champion. He is the one, the only, Buddy the Viking Rasmussen!
Buddy Rasmussen is the originator of Ice Fights, and he was just looking for a way to get more action and more live entertainment into ice carving. People are fascinated by people carving ice, but after about 5 minutes it gets boring. This is very high energy, loud music. It's patterned after a boxing match where we have 3 15-minute rounds, and the ice fighters go at each other with their chainsaws and 600 pounds of ice.
There can only be one Ice Fight champion right here.
So I've been carving ice for 25 years. Just got lucky enough to come across it and fell in love with it. We have to speed carve to keep it under that time. And it keeps it frantic too, but everybody loves the ice anyway, and most people don't even get to see carving. When you see it in this format, you're like, oh my God.
Seeing them from a block of ice to this, just seeing it all was amazing. I wasn't expecting all the details and how they did it so quickly. I would love to be creative like that.
3, 2, 1, saws down, gentlemen. And that is the end of round 2. Give it up for Buddy the Viking Rasmussen, being the Dragon Daenerys.
This was a good way to expand our craft, yet get people interested and have a good time. Anywhere we go, we draw a big crowd. Encouragement is to come out and watch an art that you don't see very often. When ice is carved, it doesn't last very long. It's here and it's gone. It's kind of like going to a symphony.
It was awesome. They actually did out of ice, and they used a chainsaw because you have to do very little details with a big chainsaw. You never know what it's gonna be. When I grow up, I'm gonna ice carve.
We're like a band of brothers, the camaraderie between all the carvers. We just want the whole world to see ice, and see ice carving.
Your Ice Fight champion, Dean the Dragon. Good job, bro.
Make sure to put the Richmond Meltdown on your calendars for next year. Get all the latest information at richmondmeltdown.com. Erica, that may be my favorite segment ever. It combined professional wrestling and art and chainsaws and metal music. That was awesome.
And then you've got that adorable little girl who says she wants to be an ice carver when she grows up. That was too cute. Well, we are excited to bring you a new memory chain segment to you tonight. It's the third in our ongoing series, and it's one that combines the allure of a 19th century German poem with Indiana's winter landscapes.
Der weiße Hirsch.
Es gingen 3 Jäger wohl auf die Pirsch. Sie wollten erjagen den weißen Hirsch. Sie legten sich unter den Tannenbaum. Da hatten die 3 einen seltsamen Traum.
Human beings are mammals. This was true before we were hunters, or gatherers, or cultivators, or inventors. It was before we imagined living life separated from nature, before the opportunities to experience it became so distant and so rare. This is the third strand in our memory chain, a panorama of the Southern Indiana Fox Hunting Association during their annual week-long retreat in October 1926. As you might expect, the front row of this commemorative portrait is reserved for the group's most prominent members. There's obviously a lot of love on display here. These foxhounds, never call them dogs, considered the two-legged creatures who provided them meals to be the greatest hunters in the pack. Rest assured, the feeling was mutual. After all, the entire purpose of this endeavor relied on these hounds as much as it did on the fox. The rich diversity of the natural world is present in both the variety of hunted prey and the many breeds who track their scent. Foxhounds are capable of covering miles of open ground for as long as 10 hours, constantly sounding the alarm to guide the hunters. Bird dogs, on the other hand, are trained to be silent and stealthy in their pursuit.
Mir hat geträumt, ich klopfte auf den Busch. Da rauschte der Hirsch heraus, wusch, wusch. Und als sprang mit dem Hundegeklaff, da brannte ich ihm auf das Fell, piff, paff. Und als ich den Hirsch auf der Erde sah, da stieß ich lustig ins Horn, tra-ra.
Good girl. Good girl.
Before 1800, the land east of the Mississippi was still a vast wilderness. Elk, bison, black bear, and gray wolves roamed freely. Over the next century, unregulated hunting and a steady loss of habitat eliminated these species and diminished the population of many others. Increasingly, progress was demanding more and more resource from nature and offering less care and awareness in return. This annual meeting of the Southern Indiana Fox Hunting Association was the 16th in the group's history. It will probably not surprise you that their 50th anniversary in 1960 was never celebrated. Over time, the fox, the quail, and many other wild things in Indiana would become almost as elusive as the white stag.
So lagen sie da und sprachen, die 3. Da rannte der weiße Hirsch vorbei. Und ehe die Jäger ihn recht gesehen, da war er davon, über Tiefen und Höhen.
Husch, husch, piff, paff, tra-ra.
Hush, hush, bang, bang, trillaloo. Much like the three hunters, we all seemed to be dreaming as nature passed us by. And then it was gone.
The White Stag,
A poem by Ludwig Uhland
read by B. Kahn
and Roxanne Nagaski.
And as always, you can check out our previous installments of Memory Chain at our website under the Memory Chain tab. Well, Daryl, those Memory Chain segments are among my favorite. I think it's really fascinating to see sort of the moments leading up to that photograph being reimagined.
And I like to see the artistry of the recreation as well. Well, Indiana is preparing to celebrate its bicentennial in 2 years. But for this revolutionary community, their bicentennial starts now.
200 years ago, a group of settlers moved to Indiana in search of a utopia.
It's a unique history that involves two of the most important utopian experiments and communities in early 19th century America. The Harmony Society of George Rapp, for which he was their prophet, came to this area in 1814 with upwards of 1,000 people, set up a community here to await the second coming of Christ.
Beyond their religious studies, the Harmonists were diligent businessmen, farming 2,000 acres of land, establishing mills and factories, and creating prosperous trade along the Wabash. George Rapp decided to set up a new commune and sold the land to a wealthy cotton mill owner, Robert Owen.
He was also a person who was quite humanitarian and enlightened and had begun to dream that there could be a new moral world, not focused on religious ideas, but rather on education and science and even communal living so that there could be peace and plenty. And he invited anybody to come in. For 2.5 years after 1825, Robert Owen set up his communal group, which actually was made up of people from this area and also people that he attracted, as with the Boatload of Knowledge group, scientists, natural scientists, and progressive educators. The idea was that science and technology would produce such an abundance that you could move beyond class lines. Everybody would be provided for very well.
New Harmony went through an intellectual revolution, sparking statewide geological and ethnological studies, founding the state's first Working Man's Institute, and establishing the first infant school in America, stressing public education and educational reform.
Robert Owen wanted to see everybody reach what he called happiness. That community did not survive communally. But what did happen, and this is part of that developmental process sometimes for movements, they translated their ideas, which had to do with women's rights, which had to do with freedom for slaves, which had to do with consumer producer cooperatives, and in decades to follow, their movement in other forms is very much still alive and with us. It sounds very modern.
Through the hard work of its citizens, the town has been preserved as a shining example of the utopian spirit. Today, its heritage of innovation continues, from stunning art and architectural marvels to cultural opportunities in education, music, and social activism.
2014 marks 200 years, I think, of the continuation of what's important about community. Here in New Harmony, I think we're a great example of that. It's still a town of about 850 people, which is what the population always was. It's really incredible what was built and the planning involved, the urban plan of the Harmony Society. It is still very present here today. There are at least 24 buildings from the original community here in town, and there are probably others. So visitors can experience the community as it is now, side by side with the structures and some of the ideals of 200 years ago. There are all kinds of wonderful traditions that are going to be resurrected, and some new ones too. So there's something for every kind of person. Someone described New Harmony to me as a place for creative renewal, and I think that is a beautiful description of this incredible place.
For more information about New Harmony's bicentennial events, be sure to visit their website, usi.edu/HNH.
New Harmony is such a great place.
That was a great story. Well, last week we shared a sneak peek about WTIU's latest documentary.
And we're excited to bring you another sneak peek that really showcases the character behind the man. It's Bill Cook, A Heck of a Ride.
Known as a decent student with a strong interest in science, Bill really made his name as an outstanding athlete.
He would come back to the huddle often and he would say 4-0 is ready. 4-0 was my call to run over his position. In a high percentage of times, he had a terrific opening there for the runner and yards were gained.
I don't know who Canton High was playing, but they had short yardage to pick up, and it was fourth down or something, and Bill never centered the ball to the quarterback. He pretended it was a fumble and yelled fumble and never gave up the ball and took off and crossed the goal line and won the game. That's risk-taking.
As a basketball player, Bill once made a shot that lives on in the annals of Canton High School athletics.
It was on this gym floor.
You'd probably describe it today as a buzzer beater.
5 seconds before the halftime.
I don't recall if it was at halftime or when it was.
And Bill was here at the south end of the court, and Canton Basket was the north end of the court.
I was standing behind the bench, and he took the ball from a fellow out of bounds.
It was thrown from maybe 4 or 5 feet beyond the center line.
Well, actually, it was like 3/4 court shot.
He shot from down here.
Took a couple of steps and just catapulted it towards the basket.
Just one of those miracle shots.
I think it hit the backboard and then reverberated.
And made the basket on the north end of the stadium. Just went up for grabs.
They should have driven a spike in the floor here in Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium so that very spot would be recorded for posterity.
It was maybe the longest shot ever made here.
Which shows that he was always willing to take a long shot.
Don't forget the premiere of Bill Cook, A Heck of a Ride is on March 4th at 8 p.m. Visit indianapublicmedia.org/Bill Cook for a complete listing of the broadcast schedule. Well, we're excited to welcome our next guest, who is the first country artist to perform in our studio in a long time.
That's right, country musician Doug Pinson is joining us today, so while he gets ready, let's learn more.
Music has been something that's been in my heart ever since I've been knee-high to a grasshopper. Country music, especially today, is so open-ended. I mean, country music has evolved, and I actually like to take elements here and elements there and combine it together because I don't like being narrow in my musicality. You know, I used to play heavy metal, I used to play rock, I play reggae, but coming back around, country music is a well-rounded music where you can incorporate blues, rock, you can incorporate a lot of themes musically in there, and a lot of the stories are just about life. And that's part of the goal of our music too, is talking to people about life, about, you know, continuing on and not giving up, you know. So it's about life, but it's about having fun. And I've had people that's actually listen to our music and they say, you know, I don't like country music, but I like your music. Because it's not that tearing your beer country, as much as I love that kind of stuff too. I love George Jones, Merle Haggard, but I don't worry about stereotypes. Because if you're worrying about it, you're never gonna be yourself. I never come into a song and generally say, I'm gonna write about this. I start writing and it just kind of flows. It's an adventure for me from the very beginnings because I'll have a melody that will come in my head and I'll start to work with that, and I may not even have a storyline ready, but I'll kind of let that kind of play itself out. Sometimes you can write a song in 10 minutes and then sometimes it takes months, you know, waiting for those right words. I don't know if I can say I'm doing something different, but I think I'm taking a theme of joy and loving life and helping people out and putting that in a musical package. So it's really more than just playing songs. It's really more than just singing. It's coming to the shows and you're singing songs and you treat people like a family. And that's one thing I think that we're working to excel at. Is one of my favorite things about the shows isn't necessarily just the singing. It's after I'm done and then you go out and you spend time talking to people. So that is equally important to me, as that family aspect. When I was younger, I went through a lot of struggles, and you know, I come from a broken home. So with that in mind, I think it's important to inspire people that, hey, you know, even if I'm in this situation, there is hope. I can improve myself out of this predicament, you know. I don't have to just give up and let go. And so, you know, that's what we want to do, is give people that strength. There's strength in the songs, you know. I've sung songs before, and just the people, all of a sudden, they just lit up, you know, because it really hit home with them, though. And that's what it's about, you know. It's not been easy, but basically I want people to look at a guy like me who is just an ordinary person with a dream, and I want them to say, that can be me too. And whatever your dream is, I want to use music as a tool, show people, hey, you know, I'm working towards my dream, so can you.
And now, Doug Pinson.
The sun don't shine when you're not near me. I can barely make it through a day. The winds blow soft, but there's no comfort. Lord, I don't know if I'll ever find my way. 'Cause when you're gone, I wonder if life is over. And I pray each day for your safe return. 'Cause when you're gone, I'm missing a friend and lover. Hey, every day's as dark as midnight when you're gone. I know there's things you must attend to. Business don't get done all by itself. The engines in the airplane sing a sad song. You're flying off to heaven while I'm lying here in hell. When you're gone, I wonder if life is over. And I pray each day for your safe return. 'Cause when you're gone, I'm missing a friend and lover. Hey, every day's as dark as midnight when you're gone. I know that one day you'll be here, and you're never gonna leave my side again. So I stand on the promise be within. Until the day I die, I will wait for you, my dearest friend. When you're gone, I wonder if life is over. And I pray each day for your safe return. 'Cause when you're gone, I'm missing a friend and lover. Hey, every day's as dark as midnight when you're gone. 'Cause when you're gone, I wonder if life is over. And I pray each day for your safe return. 'Cause when you're gone, I'm missing a friend and lover. Hey, every day's as dark as midnight when you're gone. Hey, every day's as dark as midnight when you're gone.
Thank you very much, Doug.
That was great.
We appreciate it. To get the latest information on Doug's tour dates or to learn more about his new album, visit his website, dougpinson.com.
And of course, visit our website for his complete performances. Well, that's all the time that we've got for tonight. But Daryl, I'm curious, what surprised you most about the stories you saw tonight?
You know, I always love Memory Chain, but New Harmony, never been there. I've lived in Indiana my entire life. It's on my visit list.
Yeah, me too. Well, we hope you enjoyed them as well. And thanks so much for joining us. One more time before we go, Doug Pinson. Good night.
Well, I've been fighting mad, spitting nails and breathing flames. It only took one look at you with them to make me this way. Better get myself out of this place before I get a little crazy and I lose a lot of face. How could you be so cruel? You know I loved you more than anyone, and now you're sporting someone new, like a trinket on your jewelry display, just another nice chalk on your wall.
Production support for the weekly special is provided by Smithville, a local provider of fiber optic-based internet, TV, and phone services. Smithville's quantum fiber optic network allows large amounts of data to travel around the world from local homes and businesses. More at smithville.net. IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. publichealth.indiana.edu. And WTIU members, thank you.